Video, we're going to take a look at the Vermillion hardwood flooring website, and we'll go over how to make edits and adjustments to the sites and go over the main things that you would want to update on the site. So in order to log in, this will be the first thing you do. You'll add /wp-admin to the URL. This will take you to a login screen. I've already logged in, so you don't see the login screen, but that's where you'll put in your username and password. So once you put in the username and password, you'll get to this screen. Once you get to this screen, really what you want to pay attention is over here in the left in this dashboard column. I'm going to go down through and hit the most important things, the items that you'll actually use. A lot of these things are kind of set and forget, things you don't need to go over. So updates, these are just WordPress theme, plugins, those type of updates. We actually take care of these for all of our clients. You never have to worry about this if you don't want to, but you can go in and update things if you'd like. Posts, these are blog posts if you ever wanted to create a blog function on the site. I don't think you guys are currently using that. That's correct, you're not. If you ever wanted to, this is where they would go, and we could help you get that set up. Next up is media. This is where all of the images and PDFs from your site that are in use on your site are going to be located. So anytime you add images, you can do it through the page or through whatever you're working on, but you can also add them here. So you'll click add new and either select or drop to upload files. And then within each picture, once you click on it, each picture you can edit. And once you click edit, you can rotate, you can crop, do any of those things. Just be sure to click save. The other important thing I like to note about images and PDF files is that each file has a URL, a specific URL that is connected to that piece of media. So here you'll see when I put in that URL, it takes me directly to this image. That actually comes up more importantly with PDFs when you want to link to a PDF for someone to download, things like that. And then the title and the caption also play a role on some of the pages on the site. There are captions and titles. And so this is where that would be edited. Again, you can edit images through anywhere on the site, but this is just one place that you can get to it as well. So we'll move down to the next thing, which is forms. These are in use on your site for a contact and a job application form. So when I click into this, you can see the different fields, and it's pretty intuitive, pretty self-explanatory. There's lots of helpful things along the way with the forms. Basically, I can drag things to rearrange them if I want. I click on any field that I want to edit and I can change the label. And I click on add fields when I want to add any additional fields. And then I just drag them where I want them to go. So you probably won't be doing too much more editing on this contact form. But let's take a look at the job application form and just kind of see how that one looks and see if there's anything you would want to edit. So for instance, you've got this kind of drop down. If I click on the drop down, I can edit the field, but I can also edit the choices that are available here by adding or subtracting. So if you want to add new fields, again, click add field. And if you want to edit a field that's already in place, you select the field here. You can duplicate, you can delete, you can drag and rearrange. Just be sure that you click save form anytime you make any edits. And then you'll click preview if you want to preview the form and see kind of how it looks. It doesn't carry the styling from the site over to this preview, but you can see how it falls, kind of how it lays, and you can kind of get a feel for the form that way. So again, make sure you click save anytime you create or edit a form. If you want to create a new form, you can click new form here and it'll open a brand new option for you to start adding your own fields. They also have some templates here. So you can use these templates, which I think are really helpful, and they'll kind of walk you through it when you start making forms if you want to add or adjust or create a new form. The other important thing with forms are the contact emails and the entries. So with the forms, you can see that there's entries here. So I can view all of the entries that have come through, and I can click through them here. And then we'll go back, and on that form, you can also see settings. So in form settings, that's where you can change the name of the form. If I go to form settings, I can change the title of the form. And if I go to notifications, I can change the email to which the forms are going. So you can click on this admin, and then I can change this email to whatever I want it to be. So again, that's kind of under each of those forms, settings, entries, preview, all that is once you hover over it. And if I wanted to delete a form, I could click trash and it would end up in the trash folder up here. All right, we'll move down to pages. So these are going to be all of your internal pages, but also your home page. So let's just go ahead and start with the home page. We had a home page that, since we made edits on the home page that you guys wanted to preview first, this home page before will not pay attention to. We want to pay attention to homepage that is labeled as the front page. So let's go ahead and look at it, and we'll take a look at the different elements on that homepage. At the top, you'll see the permalink. That's your website URL. In each page, there'll be a permalink. And as you go down, you can see that there's an update button for any changes that you make, and you'll just want to make sure you click update if you make any edits. So each page section is going to have little groupings that can be collapsed or decollapsed, and you can kind of see these here. So in the first setting, you can see there's short code for a slider. When you see short code, that's kind of a note that you're actually using something from this other plugin list over here. So we're not actually going to edit that homepage slider. So I'll open in another tab for you. You're not actually going to edit this right here from the homepage. You'll edit it from Slider Revolution down here. The other thing to note is anything that appears on all pages, like this header and footer content down below, that's going to be edited elsewhere as well. So we're really just editing the homepage, which starts with this slider. So we're not going to edit it here. We're going to move down to the next section. We are Vermillion. So this you can edit however you want. You can copy and paste new content here. You can make it smaller. You can make it bigger, anything you'd like. You can add an additional page section if you'd like. Again, just click update once you've made any edits. This basically works like Pages or Microsoft Word. You just can bold, italicize, align differently, change the size of the copy, all of that. So moving on down, we've got these side-by-side sections. So let's see. You can see that there's a picture and then this content, and they kind of go back and forth, or they go back and forth. So when you want to edit these, it works the same way. If you just want to edit the copy or the content, again, it's just edited like Microsoft Word or something like that. This is a hyperlink, and that's used through this button, hyperlink, and it's formatted as a button. And so you have those buttons that link into the internal pages there. So for the side-by-side items, we'll go to background, and you can see the image here, and you can see that we've selected it's an overlapping section. So that's under this background tab. So all you have to do is set the background image and click overlapping section. So all of these are overlapping sections, and you can see that it just puts them back and forth for you on its own. You don't have to do anything there. Then we've got these two side-by-side sections, which just take up 50%. And so you can see that they are a 50% section, width of page section, 50%. Limitless possibilities, again, you can edit this however you want. And then the background is just going to be that red color here. And so I can select the color, and I can actually copy this color code and use it other places throughout the site as well. And then that text is white text, so we format it as white. And then we've got another short code, which is a slider, and that's those images that you're seeing. And then we've got the social media and logos, which are added through a gallery here, which we can edit elsewhere as well. So that's pretty much everything. So let's just say you wanted to add another side-by-side section. We'll click Add Row. I'm going to type and then I'm going to go to background. I'm going to add an image. I'm just going to select one. And then I'm going to say I want this to be an overlapping section. I'm going to hit update over here. And then I'm going to view on the home page and see if it shows up. Oop. Well, it's there, but it's not quite there. So I don't know what's going on there. It should work. I don't know what happened there. So I will look into that. We'll take care of that, but that's how you would do it. I'm not sure what's going on there, but that's how you would add a section. So if you go, let's say you go to add a section like that and you run into an issue. At this moment, I don't exactly know what is going on there, so I'm just going to remove it. But if you run into issues like that, you can always email us. We can help with stuff like that. That's not a problem. So we'll just kind of go ahead and pretend that didn't happen. But basically, if you want to add a page section, you'll click Add Page Section. It's going to give you the page section, and you can start typing. Or you can make it 100% width, you can change the width, you can change the background image, you can change the background color. all of that. And if you want to remove a row, you just click remove like I did there. And let's see, I think the other pages they just have copy. I don't think the other pages have a whole lot of, they just have copy or these galleries. So I don't think that you'll have to add those side by side section on other pages. So let's take a look at some of these other pages. All right, so let's go to the granite countertops page. It's going to look pretty similar to the home page. Again, you have that permalink up here that you can actually edit and change if you want. And then you've got all your copy down here that you can edit. And then we've got some images for your logos. And then if I want to edit these images, I'll click edit here and I can add to the gallery, or I can edit the gallery and I can drag, rearrange, edit those. If I want to change out different photos here, they can be dragged and rearranged. And you just click update when you're done. And then click update in the right hand corner. So same idea for most of the pages. I think one of the things that comes up or has come up are these bigger gallery pages, so I'm definitely going to walk through how to do those. But to edit it, just like the copy and the stuff on the pages, you'll just find the page and find which section the copy is in, and then you can adjust that copy. So let's move down to FooGallery. This is actually where those galleries are. So my internet going slow again. It's not the website, it's just my connection today is not great. So what we've got are these different galleries down here. So showroom photos is what's in place on the showroom. You had said you didn't want to replace the showroom photos. And so basically the showroom gallery is already set up. So if you want to create new galleries, all you have to do is click duplicate this and you'll get a duplicate gallery. So let's look, for instance, at the showroom photos. This is your showroom gallery that shows up on the showroom page. When I click in here, you can see the in stock and the name, and you can see the gallery preview. You can also manage the items through here by clicking manage items, and then I can add, and I can start adding as many as I want and add that media to the gallery if I want, and I can also remove it. So the only thing you need to know is that when you add an item, if you want that in stock border right here, you'll just be sure to add the caption. So there's a title to the photo, but you have to have a caption for the photo, and you'll notice that some images don't have a caption because we're not using them in places where they need a caption that says in stock. So the ones that you want to have this gray area appear with the in stock and the name of the item, you'll add the caption. And then anytime you make a change, just be sure to click update. And so the same thing goes for all the other galleries. Right now you don't have that label in the in stock items. So for instance, on the laminate page, these items don't need to have a caption. So I'll click, they don't have a caption because you didn't want that in stock thing there. So now I can rearrange this stuff as much as I want. I can delete and I can add additional images here. And so this, and again, just click update when you make any changes. And I think there were some galleries you wanted to add different images to. So in order to do that, you'll just click into the gallery, like I said, delete whichever ones you don't want, and then add whichever ones are missing from the gallery here, from the media library. And you can search the name of the file here if you want to. All kinds of things. So if it's you can search the name of the title if that's what you need to add, and then you'll just click update, and that'll update it on the page. You don't have to do anything on the page, just edit the gallery. So again, gallery, click in where you're wanting to add images. You can either delete or add, and then you can click update, and you don't have to do anything about styling or organizing. Just need that editing and rearranging there. I think that's one of the big things that's in use on the site. So we'll kind of skip over a few things here and go to appearance. This is going to house your widgets and menus. Both are important. Widgets is going to be header and footer items, and menus is going to be the main menu on the site. So for widgets, you've got your logo. You got the menu here, but you don't actually edit the menu here. You'll edit it elsewhere. And then you've got your footer items. And so in the footer, you've got your map, which again, you've got that short code, so you don't need to edit the map here. You'll edit it over here. Got your contact information. This works like pages. Just type, edit, copy, paste, however you want. You can hyperlink to add the link to your email or hyperlink to add the link to your telephone number. And just be sure to click save down in the bottom right anytime you make changes. And that should be it. Then for menus, again, under appearance, you've got all the different pages. So let's say you add a new page. If I go to pages and I click add new, I'm going to give the page a title. I'm going to click add element, add page section, and then I'll click publish. And that page is going to show up over here in most recent, like that LVT laminate page. And I'll select it and I'll click add to menu. It's going to show up at the bottom and I can drag it, put it wherever I want, and then I can rearrange the label as well. Just click save when I make my changes. I can also add custom links. So I can link anywhere and give it the label on link text, and I can put any link here, Google, Facebook, anything. Again, just click save menu if you make any edits. Moving on down, plugins. These are what's making your site work. If you have other plugins you want to install, you can ask us questions. We'll be happy to help. Under users, this is where you're going to edit your password that you've been given. So you're going to go in to your user and edit your password to something specific to you. And then I'm going to blow past a few of these because they're not really things you edit on the site, and we'll go to easy accordion. I think this is in use on one of the hardwood pages, and it's the collapsible and decollapsible. I think it's this page. Yeah, so these FAQ. So basically you can edit any of the stuff. You can edit the title and you can edit this copy here, just like the pages, just like a Microsoft Word document. It's just each item will be edited here, and click update if you make any changes, and you can add new items if you want. You could also duplicate this item and just make a new FAQ for a different type of flooring if that is something you wanted to add there. You would just have to go through and delete all the FAQ and add them new, but you would have the styling in place, so you could just duplicate it. That's how I like to work a lot of times. So we're going to skip over some of these other things. If you update your location and need to change your map, we can help with that. So finally, the last thing we'll look at is slider revolution, and this is on the home page in both the top section up here and down below in this section here. So these can be a little bit complicated, but if you just look through just kind of the main things you need to know, it can be pretty intuitive. So we'll start with that top one. If you click the pencil, it'll open the editor. When I get to the editor, all that you really need to do on this is edit the background image, because so you've got 3 slides and this global layer is going to have the text. So if I want to edit the text, I'll go to global layers, I'll select it, and I can change the text here by selecting those items. If I want to change out the background of a slide, I'll go to that slide, and then you're going to go to slide options, background, media library, and select whatever image I'd like. And then I'll click save. But we don't want to save that. So again, you'll click the pencil. What I want to do is I want to edit the background. So I'm going to go to slide options, background, media library, and click save. Then under the carousel, I'm going to click the pencil again. Same idea. So if I want to remove any of these images, we have more slides here. I can either delete them, I can make them invisible, or I can change out the background by going to slide options, background, media library, or I can add a whole new slide, a blank slide or a bunch of bulk slides. If you click bulk slide, you can select a bunch of images and set them as the background, or I can do the blank slide and do slide options background media library. And I'll click save, and that'll carry us through everything. And that's pretty much the whole site. If you run into options or issues, you can let us know. And then we also recommend clearing the WP Rocket cache after you make changes, just so that visitors of the site who've already been to the site can see the updated edits and they aren't caching the old ones. So that's pretty much everything. Please let us know if you run into issues or if you have other questions, but that should carry you through and get you to the point where you can make a lot of the main changes.